சொல்லிவிட்டு தூங்க. என்னை சுத்தி பறந்தவண்ட சும்மா நீ போகாதே, புத்தம் புது மலரின் தேனே சுவைத்து போவாயே. என்னை சுத்தி பறந்தவண்ட சும்மா நீ போகாதே, புத்தம் புது மலரின் தேனே சுவைத்து போவாயே. இன்ப கனவை ஏனோ கலைக்கிறாய், இன்ப கனவை ஏனோ கலைக்கிறாய், அன்பு கயிறுதான் அறுக்க யாராலும் ஆகாதையா, அன்பு கயிறுதான் அறுக்க யாராலும் ஆகாதையா. புது பெண்ணின் மனசை தொட்டு போறவரே உங்க எண்ணத்தை சொல்லிவிட்டு போங்க, இள மனசை தூண்டி விட்டு போறவரே மர்மத்தை சொல்லிவிட்டு போங்க, மர்மத்தை சொல்லிவிட்டு போங்க. நாளைக்கு வணக்கம். குவாரண்டைன் ஃப்ரம் ரியாலிட்டி. நான் நேற்றே சொன்ன மாதிரி அந்த எம்எஸ்பி சார், ஆனா ஒன்னே ஒன்று, இது வந்து கேபி சாரோட ஒரிஜினல் ஃபிலிம் கிடையாது. அவர் இலக்கணம் மாறுதோ இலக்கியமானதோ.
Hello, Kanan.
அது என்ன வீடம், இது என்ன பாடம், இது நடித்தது அது.
Hi, Malati.
Hi, Kanan.
Hello.
Video and audio is clear, Kanan.
Okay, super. Video ba? Okay, screen. Okay. Super.
Yeah, screen.
Okay.
கல்லான முல்லை என்றென்ன வாசம், காற்றான ராகம், ஏன் இந்த கானம், வெண்மேகம் அன்று கார்மேகம் இன்று, யார் சொல்லி தந்தார் மழைக்கானவென்று. மன்மகன் என்பவன் கண் திறந்தானோ பெண்மை தந்தானோ.
Hello, Kanan.
Hi, Malati.
Okay, we are hearing some song. I don't know from yours or.
என்கிட்ட இருந்தா வந்து சும்மா போ.
உங்ககிட்ட இருந்தா?
Yeah.
Okay, Kanan. Okay.
நானும் தெரியும் பாடுறோம் Malati.
Okay. Enjoy பண்ணுங்க.
தள்ளாடும் பிள்ளை உள்ளமும் வெள்ளை, தாலாட்டு பாட ஆதாரமில்லை, தெய்வங்கள் எல்லாம் உனக்காக பாடும், பாடாமல் போனால் எது தெய்வமாகும், மறுபடி திறக்கும்
என் கோலத்திலே நீ மேல் எழில் வருமோ கோடையில் ஒரு நாள் மழை வரலாம் என் கோலத்திலே நீ மேல் எழில் வருமோ பாலையில் ஒரு நாள் கொடி வரலாம் என் பார்வையில் இனிமேல் சுகம் வருமோ நிலவே என்னிடம் நெருங்காதே நீ நினைக்கும் இடத்தில் நான் இல்லை மலரே என்னிடம் மயங்காதே நீ மயங்கும் வகையில் நான் இல்லையே என்னிடம் நெருங்காதே.
Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start in a minute. Okay, welcome back. Let's kick off the session, guys. Thanks for coming back. This is the 5th week. It is going to be an important week. Okay, let's start the session. Just to make sure we give 30 seconds for other people ask questions and prepare for stretching your mind. That's what we are going to see. So we've been on last 4 weeks, total of 6 weeks journey. So we are here on week 5. And then week 6, next week, we'll have the session on how to set up the kitchen garden. That will be run by Priya. But this week, it's a surprise, okay? So the agenda is a surprise agenda for today, but we will build on the story slowly. Okay, I'm going to launch a quiz, a poll, and please let me know when it comes up on your screen. Yeah, my screen says you guys are viewing it. Could one of you confirm, please?
Yeah, we're able to see the poll cues.
Okay, brilliant. So could you start putting your answers like last week? You have 10 questions. And this time I will be marking the answers. So there is a pass mark for you to complete this course. So put your mind, these are all simple questions. And I know you can get 100 out of 100. and we will discuss your response at the end as well. But this is a proper questionnaire. And I'm marking you down. It's online, so I will get the scores instantly after you finish.
Did you put the questions?
Yeah,
I didn't see it. I see only the poll quiz.
yeah, that's all you need to answer.
I don't see any questions here.
Sorry, who is this?
Muthu.
So you joined on app or browser?
I'm doing it on the iPad.
Yeah, is it a Zoom app?
Yes, Zoom app.
Yeah, I don't know whether it is Apple product. But everyone else, can you actually, and yeah, people are responding. Yeah, I've got 16 people responding.
Yes, Kannan. I have connected using my laptop on Windows 10. It is working fine.
Okay.
Okay, I don't see it anything. Let me try to log
Maybe,
in through my laptop.
maybe the Apple.
Probably you might see a duplicate session. Please allow me. Let me
Yeah, that's,
through my laptop.
that is absolutely fine. Or you can do it with your phone, which is a bit quicker. So I see. Okay, people are responding beautifully. I can already start seeing your responses. Okay, you have two more minutes. Looks like it's a pretty simple questions. Most of you have got it spot on. Okay, you have a minute. Yeah, only one person is yet to respond. I'm assuming that's Muthu.
In 1 minute, I am in question number 8.
Okay, so I'll make it on a little bit more time to make sure I get your inputs as well. 30 seconds to go and I will stop the pouring. Okay, and I'm going to share the results. Hopefully you can see my screen. Okay, can you see the screen that I'm sharing, please? The sharing poll result screen?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, brilliant. So anyway, I was not marking down or anything. That was just to make sure you put your concentration and effort on this. This is like last week. So the first question, it's 100% response. So brilliant response. So which means, see, now you know your answers anyway. All of you, 100% have got that right. First question. So second one, primary root cause, again 100%. Wow. Wow. This looks like a ideal group. Third question, the 3 top most important sanctuary teachings. Again, 100%, as you can see. Good one. Fourth one, see, I don't have to give any commentary here. You have got it spot on. Again, with salt, that's perfect, 100%. What is sanctuary's favorite grain? Even then, as you can see, right, 70%, 75%. So amaranth grain, this is not right or wrong, right? So einkorn is good, pearl millet is good, finger millet is good. So, I mean, I'm really happy with your response. I'm glad none of you selected beet. So that itself is good one. Number 6, sanctuary, yes, juice and smoothie, that's good. Number 7, alkaline, very good response from last week learning, that's perfect. Again, 100% guys, this is beautiful group. Number 8, eat low fat food. Yes, I'm surprised with this. Okay, good. So you've got trans fat, refined oil, and coconut seeds. Okay, again, I think that's 100% response. So I'm happy with that. 9, diabetic sugar. This is where we are slightly again, but if you see, 92% has got perfect. So the first one, I don't care whether it is recommended by doctor or WHO. The chemical sugars, they are not good. Okay, that's very clear. Number 10, to heal diabetes. Yeah, that's again 83% of you think that's absolutely fine. 8% of you think it will increase sugar level. That's fine. It may increase your sugar level, but it is a natural sugar. Your cell will accept it. So it's not going to do any harm. And we will, the reason I've put 2 questions on diabetes, we are going to discuss diabetes today. Okay, but this is brilliant. Anybody wants to clarify or ask something on these questions? But I am very pleased with your responses. All of you are passed.
Yes, Kannan. This is Priya here. On the 10th question, you had asked to heal diabetes. It's not about whether any person with diabetes can eat it. Yes, they can eat it, but eating sugar, palm jaggery, or dates is not going to heal their diabetes, right?
It is going to heal the diabetes. If you want to manage, control your sugar levels as per a certain readings or levels, medicines is the way to go. If you want to heal diabetes, palm jaggery, mango, bananas are the type of sugars that is needed for the body, which we will discuss today. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not an oversight. I really mean it is to heal. But thanks for raising that. It's an important point. We will discuss that in detail. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so how do I close this? Okay, this is gone. And I hope now you can see my screen technology now. I'm back to my PowerPoint. So the quiz is over, 10 minutes into the session. Let's get into today's topic. So today's topic, as I said, I haven't told you the agenda, right? I want to keep this as a story, a suspense story that evolves today. We are going to cover various topics. So stay with me. This is different style to my other 4-week session where I tell you what I'm going to tell you. But today that's not initially it might look, Kannan, I don't follow you. You are talking in a random fashion, but I will pull all of that together. Okay. So I want a volunteer to read what you see on the screen, please.
Going through one fever without food and medicines accompanied by complete rest is equivalent to hundreds of juice detox fasting.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, who is that?
This is Monica.
Monica. Okay. Thank you for reading that out. I mean, I want all of you to take, this is something you need to digest it slowly. Okay. So going through one fever without food and without medicines and accompanied by complete rest, not rest, complete rest, not looking at mobile phone, not watching movies, rest, not sleep, rest. I mean, nighttime you can sleep, but during the daytime, rest is equivalent to hundreds of juice detoxes fasting. Okay. I want another volunteer to complete the next statement that's going to come up.
By the way, one will never get cancer if they would only allow this to happen twice in their lifetime. Quote by Kannan Jayaraman.
Yeah. Sorry, who is that, please, again?
This is Priya.
Priya. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what's going on in your mind, guys. I'm giving you time to digest this. So, fever is not a disease. Fever is a healing response. And what we do is take tablets to stop the fever. So you need to understand, I do see a lot of people, even this week, I'm just letting you know, I've just dealt with a child, 3-year-old child going through intense fever. Okay. So I'm not making these statements, just flippantly. I do deal with real people on a daily basis. So what I'm trying to say here is, first of all, let's get the fundamentals right, and then talk about how to do this practically. Okay, so I do, a lot of you are, I can hear your mind voices, Kannan. Are you asking us to ignore the fever, not do anything, just sit at home, take rest? What if it's a bacterial fever or a typhoid or something else where it could be fatal? So I do hear all of that from you, although you're not asking me, I do hear that. But let's first understand the principles. If there is an ambulance or if there is a fire engine in front of a house in your street, what do you think might be going on? One of you, if you could converse with me, please. If you see an ambulance or a fire engine in your street, what do you think is going on in your street or in that house, in front of that house?
Fire alarms are 9. Fire accident?
Yeah, either a fire accident or if it's an ambulance, somebody's
Somebody's very sick.
somebody is very sick, right? Something serious is going on. Now let's assume somebody comes to you and then say, oh, if there is an ambulance, there is something really wrong. Somebody is critically ill. So let's remove the ambulance. Because if there is no ambulance, everything is fine. Or let's remove the fire engine. Then you expect that, oh, the fire would have gone away. If that sounds stupid for you, then a fever is equivalent to an ambulance or a fire engine. It has come to do a job. There is a disease, there is something else in the body. There is a lot of toxins, accumulated toxins, or some unwanted foreign body is there, and the immune response is fever. The body has raised an immune response. The response team, the ambulance team, the fire engine team is the fever. And then somebody goes and pays to remove the fire engine or remove the ambulance or reduce the intensity or activity of the fever. Okay. So disclaimer here again, if anyone gets a fever, please do consult with your doctor. Make sure, especially if it's for young children who may not be able to explain. You go on mute, please. I'm sorry. So, especially young children, you need to consult with the doctor to make sure it's not anything emergency. If the doctor says, oh, it's viral, it's going to be there and it will go away in a week's time, take some paracetamol, then come home. You don't need paracetamol in that. That is the fever I'm talking about. What your body is trying to do is to, through that fever, it will expel all the toxin, all the decades of accumulated toxins. The fever will burn it. It will burn it. It will expel it through your skin. That's why it's raising the body's temperature. It's a conscious decision by your system. It's an immune response from your system. So what that means is it's a great opportunity. It's a celebratory occasion. Fever is a celebratory occasion. I'm not saying go and invite and look for fever. Somebody said, oh, then I'm just sitting here and expecting a fever to come to me. If it comes to you, that means because your body will decide, not you, your body will decide whether a fever is an appropriate response for the accumulated toxins. Or sometimes it may be diarrhea. Sometimes it may be skin rashes. Sometimes it may be mucus. It is all your body will decide what to do. In that situation, so when there is a fire engine or an ambulance in that house, do you think they will have biryani and partying and stuff going on? Their focus is to deal with that situation. And that's why when we have fever in our system, it's a war zone. Okay? There is no need for partying. There is no need for nutritious food. Your body says, I cannot deal with digestion at the moment. I am dealing with an emergency response. So no food. When I say no food, I'm not asking you to starve. Okay. If that person is feeling hungry, then all of you know this. I don't have to say this to you. Liquid food, light food, or no oil, no spice, maybe a soup, a thin soup, complete rest, and positively no medication. What that will do is it will make your system crystal clean. Crystal clean. All accumulated toxins have been removed. When that happens, there is no chance of any cancers coming in. Because cancer is nothing but a highest level of accumulated toxins, which the body has decided to wrap it up in something called cyst. I'll stop here and then take any questions, because a lot of you will be thinking, how do we do this practically? Or what does this really mean? So in simple terms, I'm asking you, if it's a viral fever, if your doctor says nothing to worry, this will go away with the paracetamol, that fever, I'm saying you can deal with this way. If you do that this way, it means you are healing lot many issues in your body. Any questions, clarifications on this before I move? No? Okay, that's fine. Probably you are still processing it and trying to accept or debate in your mind. I do understand, because this is why I said it's a paradigm shift. But fever is a healing response, it's not a disease.
And then this is Priya here. I understand when fever is there, it is body's way of getting rid of the toxins that's accumulated. But it doesn't mean if a person doesn't get fever, he doesn't have any toxins. How do relatively healthy people get rid of those toxins?
That's right. That's a beautiful question. I'm really glad you are following the point, the storyline. Okay. So see, this is what I'm saying, right? Your body, anyone's body will raise an appropriate immune response. Okay. In a healthy person, or for a person who doesn't get a fever, that means that either the intensity of the toxins or the volume of toxins or the quality or the decaying quality of the toxin has not reached to a level where a fever is required, or it may have reached a level where fever can't deal with it anyway. So either it is under or it is above. So the body will look at your connected tissues, it will look at your system, it will look at your cellular fluid, and then it will make an assessment on the type of the invading situation, right? See, if a small country is going on a war, nobody is going to straight away start with a nuclear weapon. They will decide whether a diplomatic dialogue is required, or a warning is required, or a nuclear response is required. That your body will decide. So the fact that the body has not raised a fever immune response, it doesn't mean that there is no toxins in the body. That's why I said then your body may decide to do with the headache or a diarrhea or a sneezing or a rash or an allergy. It could be any response. But your body will decide an appropriate response. Does that make sense, Priya?
Yeah, thank you for clarifying, Coach.
Okay. Good. Now, why did I explain this to you? Because, see, this is something we all go through in our life. That's why I wanted to make sure, okay, I cover fever. But however, there is a bigger point to this. Space. So if you imagine for second week, we talked about food. Okay, food is all related to land, soil. It all comes from soil. Okay. Last week we discussed about water. Okay, so this week we are going to discuss about space. And why space, and how can we use space to improve our health? Now, I don't know if you know, in the entire universe, there is only 2% is manifested matter. So what that means is all the galaxies, not just Milky Way, all the galaxies, planets, stars, trillions of stars put together, if you add all of them together, it's only 2%. So now imagine how much huge space is space, remaining 98%. And that's how our human system is also designed. The physicality of what we see, our bones, our hair and our nail, and all of that is only 2%. The remaining, so every cell, go to your biology lesson, you will know. Inside every cell, apart from the nucleus, surrounding of that cell, there is a huge space you would have seen. When we say 75% of the human body is water, it is 75% of the 2%. Okay, 2% is what physical manifestation. Within that, three-fourths is water. So now then imagine how much important the space is. If you handle space really well, we can have a beautiful health. And fever is one of the ways to create space in the body, because all the accumulated toxins are being expelled from your system. So when you are dealing at a fever level, you are engaging at a very subtle aspect. You are operating at a very high level. That's why you need to be really careful. You need to consult with the doctor to make sure you are doing the right thing. I'm not asking you to be, ignorant and stay at home. So get that message very clear. It's not that space in your system. There is space around you, right? You just look through your window if you are sitting in your house now or a flat. How much space is there? And it's not, when I say space, it's not an empty space, right? You all know that there is a lot of cosmic radiations, microwaves, ultraviolet radiation, infrared. I mean, there is so much going on in the ether that's around you. They are the ones who is giving us life. We can't see them, but there is a constant reaction. They come and hit your skin. They go inside you, and then something comes from outside of you. If we cut ourselves off from that space, subtle cosmic vibration and radiation, we are essentially switching off. You plugged your mobile phone into your electric socket, but you haven't switched on the switch. It's switched off. This is free, right? While we are all looking for nutrients, calcium, magnesium, iron con, this and that from food, this is our. So anyone who, what is sun made up of? What are the two elements that are present in sun? Anybody good in science? Let's see. I have
Hydrogen, helium.
Hydrogen, helium. Hydrogen and helium. Anyway, you just close your eyes and then look back in your chemistry class. Is there any organic, your benzene ring that you studied, without the hydrogen molecule, whether it's phenol, whether it is acetic acid, anything without hydrogen? Are there any, I mean, that's the most prevalent element, right? And it's available. Where is it? You don't have to go, as if, oh, I'm going to go and eat finger mill because it's got iron in it. Oh, I'm going to eat. Here in sun, it's free. It's bioform. Your body doesn't have to go through digestive process. If it touches your skin can immediately convert that into an hydrogen that your body needs. It can convert into a helium that your body needs. I'm just giving you one example from sun. Every star in the sky has a particular element. Free supplement. Do not go to health store shops, pay huge amount of money. That is a roundabout way of getting supplements and nutrients. Just go to nature. On the same second, it's a live conversion. It's a live supplementation. It doesn't have to get digested. It doesn't take 2-3 days for you to build up. Whether it is morning, evening, please soak yourself in the cosmic radiation, the open space that's around you. That's the first thing you can do. It's free, right? I'm not asking you to spend your money, free. The second one, does this picture mean anything to you? Let's see if anyone can make sense out of this picture. See how creative you are. Can you connect space, sleep, and the other picture? I'll give you 5 more seconds. No?
The older we get more stupider.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to summarize. You could say that the point I'm saying is, see, space. How do you create space? Or how do you get space? So the first one we discussed is fever. The second one we discussed is, when I say fever, I'm not saying go and get fever. I mean, when it happens, opportunistically use it. But proactively, what you can do, you can just go out. The second is sleep. When you sleep, you create a lot of space in the system, because when you sleep, do you eat? Do you drink? But when you are awake, 8 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, you want a tea or a lemon drink, something, whether it's a health drink or whatever. As soon as you wake up, you want to put something in the mouth. Morning breakfast, snack, something. You feel like we are all addicted, right? Which means we are stuffing our system. When you are sleeping, your body is at complete rest. It's not moving. The conscious mind is sleeping. You are not creating a project plan when you are sleeping. Maybe at subconscious level, at a deeper level, some activities are happening, but conscious mind, you are not planning your Bali trip. You are not thinking about your mother-in-law. You are not doing any financial planning. Conscious mind is calm down. Physical body is absolutely calm down. Especially the mouth is closed. Nothing is going inside. You are creating too much beautiful space in the system. And that is why all your organs are dancing. When you are sleeping, they are having, wow, great, my master is sleeping. Now I can do repair. Did you hear me? Repair, rejuvenate. Repair and rejuvenation and replenishment happens during sleep. But what do we do now in the name of modernity? I come up, in my practice, everybody says, yeah, my night time starts 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. I'm an owl. I sleep especially weekend is coming. Today, we have party. We'll go up to 12, 1 o'clock. And that is what this picture means. In the name of modernity, you can do anything, but this is exactly what we are doing to ourselves. If you compromise on your sleep, please do not expect any health. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's not my wish. You need to sleep before 10 p.m. for health to happen. From 10:30, 11 o'clock onwards, it's your liver time. It's your liver time. Liver replenishment starts at 10:35, 10:40. And liver replenishment will happen only when the eyes is closed and somebody is lying down. If we are having party, if we are mentally active, if you are not lying down, if you are not sleeping, every day the liver is in a catch-up mode. Catch-up mode. After 10 years, it will hit us. So please understand, sleep is very important. This is non-negotiable. If you ask me, I'll put this as number one. I won't spend too much time on this. I don't have to explain this to you. All of you are aware. When you calm your mind down, your mental activity calms down, you create space in your head. Otherwise, it's always chattering, right? Some chatter is going on. Space. I'm giving you, I'm not asking you, you'll think, "Kannan, so many things can I do?" No, I know, for one person, they might hook on to meditation. Another person, they'll say, "Oh, I am already tired, Kannan. Sleep, I love sleep. I'll go to sleep at 10 o'clock. Okay. Some of you will say, "I love outdoor. I am going to spend more time in outdoor." That's all it is. You may choose one or two. If you do all, great. I hats off to you. If you can do two or three, brilliant. This is entirely up to you. I'm not asking you to do all of it together. There is no pressure on you. Silence. Silence gives a lot of power. See, tomorrow I will not speak. Tomorrow is my day off. When I say day off, not from work, it's day off from me. I meet with so many clients during the week. I have a full-time job and I speak a lot. Okay. Tomorrow, I won't even speak to my wife. She will speak to me all day tomorrow. She is happy, I am happy. But tomorrow is a silence day. Whatever she says, I'll nod my head. She is absolutely over the moon tomorrow. It helps me because I gain a lot of, try this. 3 to 4 hours of not speaking gives tremendous energy. It's like eating on biryani, I'm telling you. Try this. Okay. So the point of the story so far is space. Okay. The more you create space in your system, whether physically or mentally or emotionally, the amount of energy that your system creates is going to be abundant. That's the point. I've just given you 5 or 6 ways. But right now, what we are doing is we are stuffing the body. In the name of health, in the name of nutrients, vitamins, we go after, spend money, and then stuff it inside our body. Stuff it inside our body. That doesn't work. Okay. Just take a step back. Just take a step back and just engage with nature. Whatever is natural to you, just sleep. Just go outside. Just close your eyes. Just relax for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying any new concepts that you didn't already know. It's basic, simple, but it's about incorporating that into your life. Okay, so that was the story. Any questions on sleep, meditation, or silence, or cosmic rays, and how to get supplements and nutrients from that before I change gear?
Kannan, this is Priya here. So nowadays they keep talking about not going out whenever you feel like, and it's only best to go either early in the morning or late in the evening because of the harmful UV rays, right? So
Yeah.
going out for 1 hour in the mornings is the only option that we have. So do you have anything to add on that about the bad rays that might impact?
See, think about people working in the garden. Okay. UV radiation, certain parts of the world, either you are in the northern hemisphere or in the very close to the southern hemisphere. You are in Norway, Sweden, Greenland, where in summer it's very peak, or even in US and UK, especially in summer, high temperature time, because of the angle of the earth to the sun. Yeah, the UV radiation is high. If you live in India, I don't see any problem. Or if you are near equator, there is no problem. Any time is good time. And that, even in this northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, it's only during peak summer, maybe for 1 month or 2 months. Rest of the time, right now in UK, any time is a good time. I don't see any UV radiations right now. If you are referring to pollution, I agree with you. You need to find some place which, it's not looking for great forest. Okay, we want to be practical. Around your place, look for a park, look for a garden, look for a place where the traffic is less. That's what I would go, think about, rather than worrying about the UV. I mean, that's an exceptional, what you are describing, Priya. That UV radiation is an exceptional scenario, especially I would say maximum 2 months, and if you are closer to the polar regions. Otherwise, that's not going to do any harm.
Thank you, Kannan.
Okay.
But just to add to it, Kannan, if also people say that only early morning sun rays has got vitamin D or something. Is that true, or do I really need to bask in the sunlight only during early mornings, or any time during the day is good?
See, if you can do early morning, it is better. Yeah, before 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. And from 5, see, in the UK right now, after 3 o'clock, there is no sun. I'm just giving you, this is geography based. The question you are asking is geography based. So let me deal with India, and then I'll talk about US and UK. So in India, the reason to avoid the sun between morning 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock to, let's say, 3:34 in the afternoon, it's really peak. If you're not used to it, especially, modern lifestyle, working in AC, in the glass building, you're not used to being in the field, right? So that's not the best time for you to be directly exposing yourself into the sun. So in that situation, either after 4:30 in the afternoon or up to, let's say, morning 6 to 9, 9:30 in the morning is ideal time. That doesn't mean, you never come out during the day. That's not the point. The point is, don't get too much exposed directly in the sun. You can happily come out. You may use an umbrella. You may be in the shade. That sun is okay. It's, your body can deal with it. Okay. But in the UK and US, that only applies in the summertime. Okay. Rest of the year, if you see the sun, please go. Just enjoy them. Yesterday there was sun in the UK. I was outside for 1 hour because I don't know when it is going to come again. Okay.
Thanks, Kannan.
Okay. Good. So let's talk about diabetes. Actually, I'm not going to talk about diabetes as a disease, but I'm going to explain you why it happens. So if you want to understand diabetes, wake up. If we are all eating like that monkey, okay, I'm not being derogatory to anyone, okay, I'm just trying to use some example to make a point, and these are all the pictures I could get. So don't get offensive that, oh, Kannan is using monkey as an illustration. That picture is meant to show you are eating like a communion. This is a prasadam. This is eating mindfully. What we have been learning. Eating when hungry, chewing really well, stopping at the first burp. In a peaceful manner, in a thankful manner, in a loving manner. If that's how anyone eats, you or me or anyone, and on top of that, if we eat food like that, avocados, fruits, vegetables, natural food, not processed. Here, I don't mean just fruits and vegetables. And again, it's an illustration. Okay, I don't want you to come to the conclusion that Kannan only recommends fruits. The point here is natural food, healthy food eaten in a mindful manner. If those two things are combined, it's a powerful combination. It's a very, very powerful combination, okay? When that happens, anybody knows what that coin is? Nobody from the UK for this session, is it?
I can see it is £1. I can read.
Yeah, it is £1. But what does it see? Recently there was a change, like how it happened in India. Like it wasn't a demonetization, but they got rid of an old £1 coin and they introduced a new £1 coin. That means it's a valid currency. If I give a old 100 rupees, no, let's say 500 rupees or 1000 rupees note in India, it doesn't have any value, right? If you eat this way, this combination, eating mindfully, eating natural food, your body produces valid currency. Anybody in the testing field in this group? Anybody who is a tester or a test manager or anything to do with testing?
Yes, I am.
Sorry, who is this?
This is Priya.
Priya. Okay, Priya is into testing. And Malathi, you are also there, right?
Yes, Kannan.
Yeah, you are on. I know you are into testing. Anybody else into testing?
Ram.
Ram. Okay, so I've got 3 people who are into testing. So maybe, if you guys engage with me, it will be great. So this produces a valid, it means it's a pass. When you do a test case, you see the requirements, you see the test case scenario, and then say, yeah, everything is great, 100%, I'm happy with this. That's what your body is saying. It's a valid currency. And that here, I'm only taking sugar as an example, glucose. When you eat, okay, from that avocado, from that apple, from that blueberry, from that amaranth grains, from that spelt flour, from that unpolished rice, lots of things will go into your body. Out of that protein, fat, all of you know, I don't want to repeat that, but I'm going to take now the glucose is as the topic for our conversation. When this happens, when I say when this happens, when you eat in that fashion, and when you eat that kind of food together, that test cases pass. And that becomes a glucose that your cell, every cell in your body says, I am happy to accept it. Okay, or, all your cells, it has a door and it has a key. Please remember this. This is not an analogy. This is what really happens scientifically in your system. Every cell has a door, and to open the door, you need a key. And that key is called insulin. That key is called insulin. So for your door, let me ask Priya or Ram, your house door key, who is it with? Is it with you or is it somebody else?
Is it with us?
It's with you. It's with you. In your body, the insulin is produced by who?
By us.
By which organ?
Body.
No,
By
by pancreas. So let's say Ram and Priya, you are refusing to give your key to a stranger. Yeah, you would do that, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
And then I say you are malfunctioning because you are not giving your key. So what happens is, if you have eaten in the right way, if you have eaten the food in a mindful manner, like how I've been teaching you, your pancreas will say, well done, mate. I'll give the key to you. You can go and open the door of the cell, and now that glucose can go into the cell. Then you have the energy. Wow, great. And that's what happened. Now, let's say you have eaten more. The food that you have, it's not the quantity I'm talking about. Let's say the food that you have eaten, the unpolished rice, the red matta rice, you really loved one day. You had a lot of einkorn, but everything is beautifully. They are all valid currency. Your body made. So let's say you make $5,000 in one day, all valid currency, but you only need $1,000 for that day. So remaining $4,000, will you put it in the dustbin? It's a valid currency. What will you do with the remaining $4,000?
Put it in a bank.
Put it in a savings bank, savings account. And that is what is called glycogen. People have talked to you about glucose. Nobody has talked to you about glycogen. Even though you take more sugar, but only if it's a valid currency. Okay, if you bring 10,000 rupees of old Indian 1,000 rupee notes, no point. You can't. Can you go and put it that deposit in the bank? They will refuse it. So either it gets deposited in your liver as the liver stores that into glycogen, and if it's even excess, it gets stored in your connected tissues, muscles, wherever the body will keep it depositing, which is all good thing, right? If you are a millionaire, it's good. And that is the happy path. That's a happy path. If that happens, it's a happy path. Now, let's say we eat like this. We all have issues in life, right? We are low on energy. We are busy with calls. There are so much to do. We are working. We are not eating mindfully. We are eating mindlessly. Your mind is somewhere else, in front of a spreadsheet, in front of the boss, in front of mother-in-law, in front of your spouse who is making our life hell. The children are freaking out. You have work to do. Or somebody thinks, no, Kannan, I've sorted out my life. It's not that bad. I can peacefully work. And by the way, I eat only salad while I work. I'm eating healthy, you see. I've made a lot of changes listening to you and various other YouTube videos. I'm really making the change. But you are still working. You're not eating. Or somebody says, I don't carry any of these things. I am going to order a pizza. Let's have a working lunch, guys. Let's get Domino's, or let's get some sandwich. Let's get some baguette. And let's get on with it. If that happens, your pancreas. So as a tester, Malati, you have a list of scenarios. And you can only pass the test case if it passes the criteria, test criteria. It doesn't pass because it's not being eaten mindfully, and they have not eaten the natural food. They have eaten some food which looks brown color. Now the pancreas says, I am sorry, this test case is not passed. I'm going to put this as a defect and send it back to the developer. Now, would you say that the tester is mad? Or the tester is malfunctioning?
That's what the developer thinks usually.
Yeah, that's true. That's what we also do, right? See, it's not any different. So we think the developers blame the testers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what now we are saying. Oh, the pancreas it's malfunctioning. So here you can do either I can make the tester, I can give him a drug, I can give him some cocaine, I can smoke him up. So that, or you can give him a biryani, you can bribe him or bribe her, give her a rose flower, make her happy, make her to pass. The defect is no longer a defect. Okay, I'll make it as pass. And that is what we are all doing in the name of insulin, in the name of sugar tablets. So the pancreas says, I'm not going to give the key because you are a rogue, you are a thief. That sugar is not compatible or a healthy sugar for the human body. It's not been digested, it's not been mixed with saliva, it's not natural. You didn't have gratitude, you were yelling at your mother-in-law, you were thinking about spouse, and you were thinking about a revenge. All those things means the body did not produce the right enzymes and chemicals to make that into a human bio-sugar. So because there is no key now, the sugar will only be in the blood. Get this point? It will be in the blood. But from the blood, it has to go to the cell. To get into the cell, you need a key. Now pancreas is refusing to give the key. It will be in the blood. It is circulating in the blood. Now they'll do a blood sugar test and then say, oh, your readings is 280. After some time, nobody is accepting that sugar. Body will say, okay, I'm going to send that sugar through urine. So it will come through the urine. Is this a disease? The body is working beautifully. If somebody has diabetes, that means their system is working fantastically as it's supposed to. Now, if you bribe the tester, if you bribe the pancreas, either you can bribe or you can force, right? So Ram, Priya, and Malati, if I put a knife under your neck and then say, hey, you have to pass this test case, you will pass it. Why would you put your life for just passing one test case? And say, okay. That is what happens when you take a medicine. But when you take an insulin medicine, that sugar which your body, your pancreas said it is not right for you, now we are allowing that into the human cell. When that happens for 10 years, the eyesight will go down. Because the cells are rotting now. That's not the sugar that is needed for the cell. So what is the cure for diabetes? Diabetes is a digestive disorder. Diabetes is not a chronic or incurable disease as the world says to you. Okay. Somebody asked me about the palm jaggery and all those things, the first question. If you eat palm jaggery with your saliva nicely with banana and mango, it's a natural product. That DNA, your body knows what to do with it. Your body knows what saliva to produce. Excellent sugar, it will take it. If it is excess, it will store it in the glycogen. When you do not have the food, if you are fasting for 2 days, 3 days, the glycogen will be broken down into sugar and it will give it back to the bloodstream. So you see, it's a beautiful process. Your body knows what it is doing. If you fix, that's why I keep saying, if every meal is a communion or a prasadam, no disease, whether it is diabetes, cancer, any disease, doesn't matter. It cannot exist. Even if it is existing, your body can reverse it. Because right now, let's say somebody is diabetic, somebody has thyroid, somebody has something else. If they start eating like this, the body produces valid. In this example, I have taken sugar. Same example, you apply calcium. If you chew well, if you eat slowly, if you eat only when you are hungry, if you eat with gratitude, your body will produce absolutely beautiful calcium for you. When you get the right calcium, thyroid will disappear. You can apply this to all vitamins, all minerals, or nutrients that you have. Because everything happens in the mouth. It's not that your body only deals with sugar. It deals with all the minerals that goes into your body. But see, now can you see how complex this process is? But if you were to stand outside and take cosmic radiation, there is no digestion. It just happens. It happens at the skin level, it goes to the blood, then it goes to your cells straight away. Any question on diabetes? Otherwise, I need to change my gear now into another topic.
So Kannan, if I want to summarize what you just said, are you saying that taking artificial sugars or the white sugars and anything else was the root cause of getting diabetes? Rather, if you take just natural sugars, you would heal it eventually. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I mean, partly right. The main point, it's don't focus on the ingredient. Focus on how you are eating, when you are eating. That makes sense. If you, as a tester, as a developer, if you know that the quality of the code is right, then as far as you are concerned, it's good. When you take a chemical sugar, it is a data issue. It is not a program issue. The program, you can still say, yeah, I'm happy. The code is perfect. Fix your data. That's a secondary issue for me. For me, the primary issue is focus on when you eat, how you eat, how much you eat. That's your first priority. On top of that, what to eat is also corrected. For example, taking palm jaggery, great things happen in your life. But if you are asking me, Kannan, if I eat palm sugar, can you guarantee that I won't get any sugar? I can't guarantee you that. But if you do the first three aspects right, eat only when you are hungry, chew well, eat with gratitude, and stop at the first burp. Even if you eat occasionally the wrong data, the wrong ingredient, your body can deal with it.
Kannan, I have a question on that. So in some cases, it is not really about just about eating, but also they say, especially diabetes, it is a hereditary disease, right? Of course, you say it's not a disease as such, but some kids get it at a very young age when they haven't even really practiced the wrong way of eating or anything.
Yeah.
So how does it happen? So there is some factor to consider there also, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I am with you. I will tell you the truth. Sometimes it will be bitter and difficult to digest, but I will tell you the truth. See, genetics is there, hereditary is there. It's less than 5%. Okay. Now, even within that 5%, let's understand this clearly. Genetics is like, if you this is the simplest way I can, it's a very complex matter, but I'm going to make it very simple. It's like a gun. Okay, it's like a gun. All of us come loaded with bullets. Right? Let's say I'm a gun, you are a gun, everybody is a gun. Just for 10 seconds, imagine that. And all of us have come loaded with the bullets. Maybe 10 bullets, 100 bullets, million bullets. One could be a cancer bullet, second could be an asthma bullet, because they are all genes. It's there. It's been passed down after generation because of their lifestyle choices, and it was repeated again and again in the generation. That doesn't mean in your generation, in my life, that has to manifest. It is loaded. I agree that it is hereditary, but you need to pull the trigger. You and I have to pull the trigger of that asthma bullet, of that diabetic bullet. But you have a choice. You don't have to trigger. You don't have to pull the trigger. If you don't pull the trigger, it won't manifest in your life. Okay. So I'm not talking about type 1. I'm not talking about type 1. I'm talking about type 2. Okay. When it is gone the probability, the likelihood of a certain genetic material to express, to manifest itself, that choice, that power is with all of us. In great, there are, let's not take exception and argue. Some cases the genetic expression is so powerful that the choice is limited or doesn't even exist. Put that to one side. 2%, 3%, 5%. I'm talking about the remaining 95% of the population, where this is right now they are calling this as a lifestyle disease. That's all I'm saying. But the only difference is they are saying it's incurable. I'm saying it's curable.
Got it. Thank you.
Even though it's hereditary, what do I mean by saying pulling the trigger? If you keep when somebody is leading this kind of lifestyle, stressful lifestyle, not eating the natural food, not eating mindfully, they are constantly pulling the trigger. They are pressing the trigger. Okay, now this gene, I want you to express yourself. Go on, go on, go on. You keep firing, you keep firing, you keep firing. What I'm saying is stop pulling the trigger. Change your genetic expression. Go into this lifestyle. That bullet, that gene is there. That's true. They will take a report and show it to you. Yeah, it's hereditary, it's there. But I'm not going to pull the trigger. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Kannan.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Now let's one more topic and then we wrap up. What do you guys see here?
Hunting.
Hunting, right? Anything else? Describe to me. Not in one word. Describe. Describe. Like a child. What do you see in the picture?
Escaping.
Sorry?
Escaping.
Escaping.
Hunting for food when it's really hungry.
Hunting for food, hungry. And what are all the animals? Is there any child in the class? If they respond, they'll say, I see tiger. What else do you see?
Tiger, leopard.
Leopard and
Deer.
Yes. And what do you know? What is the top speed of a leopard or a tiger or a deer? Guess. Okay, it's not right or wrong. I just want participation.
It's about 60 miles per hour.
60 miles per hour. Okay, all of you have car and you have all driven and you know how a 60 miles per hour feels like. Any runners here in this session? Nobody.
We won't be here if we are a runner.
What do you think is the top speed of a human being? Let's say a dog is chasing you and me or Usain Bolt.
Maybe
It's 9 seconds.
5 to 6 miles per hour.
5 to 6 miles per hour. Okay.
So the Usain Bolt is about 45 kilometers per hour, top speed.
Top speed. But only probably for less than 5 minutes. Can he do that for a long duration?
Probably 1 or 2
10 seconds.
So this animals that we see here, right? Do they go and eat wheatgrass, spelt flour, pine corn, high calcium food, finger millet, 5 times a day, consult a dietitian? Nothing. This is natural for them. Natural, without doing anything. And they don't go to any personal trainer either. They don't build their strength. They don't do stretches. Yeah. They don't plan for an endurance event. None of that. Look at their strength, bone strength, and just look at the deer, right? How it's 4 or 5 feet in the air. And a lot of runners, a lot of weightlifters, people who are in the athletic or in that field, they will know when they really train, how much recovery is needed and how much muscle pain. You know, if somebody jumps 5 feet, 6 feet, really they thrust, they put their weight on the floor, their knees are going to hurt. They need ice pack. They need warm bath. They need their wife to do massage. They need a physio. Here, have you seen, I mean, I've seen this in the Discovery Channel. After this hunt, this chase, the deer will look around. If it's escaped, shake its body this way, that way, and it will just move out. That's it, move away. Its sweetheart is not going to come and do massage for it. It will just go and do its own things. Imagine the power of the strength and the power of the bones and muscles without any training. Because that's the way they live naturally. And how many do they eat 5 times a day? Do they have kitchen? Do they have any Tesco, Walmart, Asda, Target? That's the point I'm talking about. So this week, if they are like that because they are always in the outside, not 1 hour a day. They are constantly in touch with the nature, the cosmic energy. They don't drink water from a plastic bottle. They drink it from the mineral, from the soil, from the ground, from the Mother Earth directly. They always inhale, exhale pure oxygen. And by the way, they don't cook. They don't buy anything from Unilever, Nestle, Monsanto, KFC, McDonald's, Subway. Nothing in boxes. They eat natural biomineral forms that nature has created for them. And that keeps them like this. So imagine if you and I were to run at our maximum speed, and their weight, look, the weight of a leopard or a tiger is going to be, more than your weight and my weight, somewhere around 80 to 100 or 150 kilogram, or even more. Can you imagine that thrust in their legs and the body? And that's the natural health I'm talking about. Okay. Now, when this hunt happens, before I go here, when this hunt happens, do you think they do this hunt for pleasure? Or do you think they go for this hunt when they are hungry and they need food, not wanting food? It's not like, hey, let's go for Baskin and Robinson, or let's go for naturals and have an ice cream for pleasure. These guys go for hunt when they become hungry. So when they are hungry, do you think they have a super duper energy? Because by our logic, when you have become hungry, that means you are low on calories, you have no energy, you need some food to increase your energy. That is the idea, misconception that we have all been taught. Now, if the tiger or the leopard misses its prey, it missed it. It has to wait for the next opportunity. And the next opportunity may be on the same day, or it may be 3 days or 4 days. And would we be scared of a hungry tiger or a fully eaten tiger? If a tiger is full, you will say, thank God. So think about this. When the tiger is hungry, when the stomach is empty, even for 3 days, 4 days, it gets the energy to run at 60 miles per hour, carrying its own weight. So when I am really hungry, can I run at 60 miles per hour? If our life is in danger, we can. If our life is at question, we can. So where does that energy come from? Okay. Here, the point I'm making is I'm not comparing, some of your mind voices are saying, Kannan, Tiger is designed that way, it can run at 60 miles per hour. I can't. That's not the point. Can you run at your topmost potential? Can you run for 5 kilometers non-stop? You don't even have to run. Can you walk? Next day, we will have knee pain. The point I'm making is the concept, the idea that when you are hungry, you are low on energy, you cannot do anything. It's the stupidest idea. In my experience, I've operated at my highest potential when my stomach is empty. And that you can see here. That's what happened after 3. Now, if it misses the prey again, the next hunt also, it will have the same energy. It will even go with even a higher energy to make sure this time I'm going to hunt it. So keep that thought with you. Now, I know that from week 1, I've been saying I will make you experience that feeling of hunger, because I only gave you a guideline. If you are 40 plus, eat 2 times a day. If you are 50 plus, eat 1 times a day. Whatever. They are all guideline. I don't know. Some of you might have to eat 4 times a day. I really don't know. This is, you need to find it for yourself. So this week, for you to experience, really experience, I'm going to invite you to join this fasting. And I say fasting, it's not really fasting. We will be eating something and I will also join with you. That's the beauty of, let's say a doctor gives a medication for a thyroid and a painkiller, but will he also take that, or will she take that? It's not a medicine, it's a poison. Otherwise, they would have taken it for them, themselves as well. If it's really good, if it's going to help healing someone, then I can also take it. With this one, every time I do this, I'll join with, this is leading by example, showing by example, because I know it's going to do good for me and it's going to do good for you. So there are 3 options presented in front of you. So this starts from Monday, not today, because I understand it's weekend. You may have some plans. Enjoy your plans. From Monday onwards, the first category is grains. So this is for people who have a chronic diagnosed condition, or you are on a prescription medication. You are free to choose any option. Okay, I'm just giving the some of the rationales for why you might go for option 1 or 2 or 3. But definitely people who are on prescription medication for whatever reason, whether it is cholesterol or thyroid or diabetic or any if you are taking regular prescriptive medication, stay with option 1. That means you can make porridge, you can make kanji with the content that I've displayed here. It is for 3 days. This is the only thing you eat, nothing else. No nuts, seeds, no fruits. Kannan, fruit is healthy. Can I also have fruit? No. Just grains. How many times you can have? 5 to 7 times a day. Whenever you feel like having, you can have it. But focus on the main principle, which is how to eat, when to eat, and how much to eat. When you are drinking this, you drink 1.5 glass, you get a burp, you stop. And then wait for another 1.5 or 2 hours. You feel you are low on energy, you want to eat something, then you can have another. You just make this in a big bowl just once. So for example, you can take 1 handful of millets, not the finger millet, not the pearl millet, the barnyard millet, yeah, the red matar rice, or the amaranth green, or the unpolished rice. Just take one handful, put 15 to 20 glass of water, boil it for 45 minutes to 1 hour. It will become like a liquid porridge, fluid consistency. Add some Celtic salt, job done, or pink salt. 3 days, your digestive system will be reset. You will really learn what a hunger means. The point is, it's not to make you feel hungry. The point is, you will realize how much unwanted, excess, additional food we have been eating for the last 30, 40 years. You will say, wow, this gave me so much energy. I didn't feel any heaviness in my stomach. There was no bloating. There is no gas. There is no loose motion. My mouth is feeling brilliant. There is no smell. Then you will know, then you will come to a conclusion of what is the right quantity of food and what is the right type of food and how to eat the food. That is what I want you to experience from this 3 days. It's not a punishment. It's not about going without food. It's not about fasting. It is about you learning what works for me. Some of you might say, Kannan, it didn't really work for me. I was very low on energy. I tried this. Then you know, okay, now I have to top up this with some more solid food. Some of you might say, even with this, I had gas, I had flatulence. Then you know the quality of the digestive system that's, right now it's experiencing. Option 2 is for people who are not on any medication. No prescriptive medication. There is nothing, as far as you are not aware of anything, you haven't visited a doctor. Then 2 days, just smoothies and juices. That's it. Nothing else. 48 hours. The third option is you can have salad, soup. These are the people who have a little bit of spicy tongue. They think, Kannan, I can't really have the juices and smoothies. They are sweet. I can't eat this kanji porridge. It doesn't have any flavor. I really like some sourness, some spice, some salt. Then this gives you that, some crunchiness because you can have salad. It gives different texture and some steamed vegetables. Okay, so you can pick your choice. Some of you are thinking, Kannan, I'm not even planning to do this for the next 3 to 2 days. I've already stopped listening to this. Your mind will work tricks against you. Okay, this is an opportunity. You will not get this because when you do this with the group and with my guidance, because I'm available, I'm going to do this along with you. You can reach out to me. If you are struggling, you can call me. If you do not know what to do, you can ping me in the WhatsApp group, one-on-one or in the group. I'm available for you for the next 2 to 3 days, whichever option you choose. I can only present the opportunity in front of you. Whether you are going to grab it and execute it, it's in your hands. Okay. So this is the action for this week. And for this week, I will send you a guide. I'll send you a guide after this session of how to do this. And I've given some recipes here as well. What juices you can have, what smoothies you can have, what salads you can make. All of that I'll put it in a guide and then I'll send it to you before tonight. So you have time until Monday for you to do shopping or whatever is needed. Because apart from fruits and vegetables, you don't need any shopping really. This is a simple and straightforward. You don't need any special ingredient for this. So this kind of recipe, I will share it with you. I'll take a pause here. If you have any questions on how to do this fasting, what to do, any concerns you have, come and ask me all those questions. It is your opportunity now.
Kannan, the porridge, like, is it okay to season it or just boil it and eat it?
Good question. In the picture, there is seasoning, but there is no need for seasoning. Especially what I want you to do is no oil with that. If you want seasoning, you can use, for example, you can take cumin,
Ginger.
Cumin and pepper. Just grind it and put half a teaspoon. That should be. See, in this thing, do not complicate it. Do not add anything more. If you're really getting bored, maybe coriander leaves, a lemon, a quarter lemon, just to get, you can crush the coriander leaves and put some quarter lemon and Celtic salt. It will taste delicious. That kind of seasoning, okay, but no tadka, no oil, that kind of.
Can we add green chili when you boil the dal?
Yes, you can. Yes, if that helps you, you can. Okay, if that helps you to go through the 3 days, if it makes it easier for you, go ahead.
Can kids do this, Kannan?
No, good question. Very good question. I'm happy you asked. Okay, so who is not allowed to fast? Children below 16 years, please don't do it. If you are on prescriptive medication, stick with the first option. If you are pregnant, lactating, if you have any BP, those kind of any diagnosed condition, you have to speak to me before embarking into this journey.
I mean, the 3 days one, right? Like that you said, if we are on medication, you can have the 3 days of the kanji, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it have to be consecutive days or can we take alternate days, Kannan?
Consecutive days.
Thank you.
So just to be clear, Kannan, if I go with option 1, I will do it for 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Or if it is option 2, then it is only on Monday and Tuesday. If it's option 3, it is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right?
Correct. Correct.
Do we have to do it only for 2 days if I'm going for the second option, Kannan, or can I go for the third day too?
If you go, see, the thing is, as far as this program is concerned, 2 days. Okay. So don't do it for third day because you need to be under supervision of somebody.
Okay.
2 days.
Thank you.
The point is, the goal of this is, it is not a competition. How many days I can do. The goal is, I really want you to experience how your body, I want you to learn and listen and experience how much excess food that we are all eating. That is the point. And in that process, a great amount of healing is going to happen in the next 2 days for you. I'm just waiting for somebody to ask more questions. Otherwise, I will explain what this is going to do for you. But I thought I'll wait if somebody is going to raise this question. No? Okay. So I don't want to bore you with so many questions. Okay. So some people ask me, Kannan, will I get ulcer because I'm just going to eat some fluids and juices and smoothie. I'm not really eating solid foods. It's a myth. Fasting, in fact, heals ulcer. It gives time for the gastrointestinal lining to rebuild. The already ulcers and wounds and red spots inside your digestive system, when you are putting light food, cool food, all smoothies and juices, that's why I said no oil, no spices. They will go and burn it even further. The moment you stop that, you are giving opportunity for your digestive system to rebuild. One, when your digestive system and the line, gastrointestinal line is going to rebuild, on the third day or fourth day, when you start eating back, or the juices that you are drinking, all the nutrients will be absorbed even faster. Because your system, the ability to absorb is increased. And while that happens, this is the second point I want you to understand. Now your body has so much free time. What do mostly people who do cleaning at home, whether it is male or female, when you have free time, what do? You start thinking, okay, do I clean my garage? Do I clean my fridge? Can I mop up this? That's what your body will do. Because now you are not, stuffing. The input is less. Your liver says, okay, I've got some free time now. What do I do? Okay, let me go to the connective tissues. Whatever I put it under the carpet, all those toxin, it will rip it apart from the cells. It will rip apart and it will all come to the bloodstream. And you will feel nauseating. Some of you will feel headache, especially people who are on option 2. If you are on option 1, that symptoms may be less for you because you are taking grains. People who are on option 2 and 3, you may experience this slightly strongly. That's a good sign. Don't think, oh, Kannan, I'm not feeling well. Oh, I've had this horrible headache. I had my coffee and then everything disappeared. Of course it will disappear. Because again, now it will all go under the carpet. The body has to bring it into the bloodstream so that it can excrete it through the urine and the poo-poo the next day. So basically, you are going to do a major cleaning job. You are giving the opportunity to the body to do that by not giving unnecessary additional work. Here, the unnecessary additional work is eating 3 to 4 times a day. When that is stopped, body says, wow, fantastic opportunity for me. I am going to. So this is why, remember I said, go back to the fasting, the fever example I gave you. I said, if you were to do this 100 times, what I'm asking you to do, if you were to do this 100 times, that is what one fever is equal to.
Kannan, currently I do add like 4 or 5 almonds and or peanuts and then coconut milk or almond milk to the smoothie. So can I still do it, or should it be like fully fruits, just fruits?
You can add coconut milk or almond milk to the smoothies, but please do not add additional nuts and seeds to the smoothies.
Sure. Thank you. And one more question. For the smoothie diet, right? The second diet, can we take coconut water?
You can. Absolutely, you can. Okay. Now, how do you know if your toxins are removed after 2 days or 3 days? I'm not going to do any test on you. Okay. And I don't like that kind of intrusive tests also. This is not showing a lab report to you saying, oh, you look good. No, I want you to feel and experience and know that. Now, I don't want to trust a report. Okay. What some of the things that you will know is, before you start your fasting, Monday morning, when you wake up, before you brush your teeth, open your tongue and look in the mirror. You may have a white coating or you may have a yellow coating. And when you do that, just blow in your hands, in your palm, and then smell it before brushing. At the end of the and then on that day, Monday, consciously focus on how much gas, flatulence, and reflex and belch you are getting. And then on the third day, when you wake, on the fourth day, when you wake up in the morning before brushing, look in the mirror. The amount of white coating will be non-existent or very less. Without, you won't have the need to even brush your teeth. You will say, can I just gargle with water and then go? That's how you should feel. That's what a tiger does. That's what a bird does. They don't take a brush and put paste the first thing in the morning. Okay. And during those 3 days, you will be in a heightened state. Your mental power. Have you seen that Singham dialogue? Have you seen the hungry lion in the forest? You won't become dull. Your aptitude will increase. And your body odor will reduce. These are all the signs. This is the sign of health, not a lab report. Okay? And you will have the energy. You will feel like a toddler. You will think, Kannan, are you crazy? You are saying I'm not going to eat food, or I'm going to eat less food, but I'll feel more energetic. Yes. Okay. Now, if you feel little bit withdrawal symptoms, headache, nauseating, have half a glass of water. Whichever plan you are on, 1 or 2 or 3, doesn't matter. If you think, oh, I'm feeling a little bit hungry, it feels like I want to eat something, you always look in the kitchen, just grab half a glass of water. That should alleviate that symptom. The beauty of this is, see, I have done this, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 times or even more. But in a day, in a normal day, if I skip a meal, I will have headache. I'm sharing my experience. I'm not saying I'm a experience faster. That's not the point I'm making here. I'm sharing my experience that if I miss 1 or 2 meals right now, I'm not going to feel great. What I have learned in this journey with myself is, if I make my mind up, that's why I'm doing this on a Saturday for you. From Saturday and Sunday, if you keep on telling yourself, I am going on this plan from Monday to Wednesday. I am only going to eat smoothies. I am only going to eat porridge. I'm going to only eat salad. And if you say that, your mind will accept it, and you won't get that headache or nauseating feeling too much. Even if you get it, it will be bearable. You will get it because the toxins will come into the bloodstream. That's a good sign. But if you are not sure of anything, as I said, I am only a WhatsApp ping away for you. I'm here to take you through the process. These are all some of the tips that I have learned. The most important one I want to explain to you is choose a purpose. This is a beautiful experience. It's not a punishment, because you are in your house, you have a kitchen. Anytime you can go and eat it. You are an adult, and I am not there in front of you. You are consciously choosing this process for your own health, and choose a purpose. It may be wealth, it may be relationship, it may be losing weight. I don't know. It could be anything. So with that thought, do this. And it doesn't matter how far you have gone, whether it's diet, whatever the situation is. Next 3 days, 2 to 3 days, it is going to be a beautiful journey for you. Okay. Don't take this as a challenge. do this willingly as an enjoyable process. Okay, so that's all I have to say. Any questions?
Coach, I have a doubt, Coach.
Mhm.
The first option, can we replace amaranth grains instead of moong dal?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can.
Is there any limitation on the amount of water we take?
No. In fact, you can consume a little bit more. As I said, whenever you feel slightly differently, any weird way, just grab half a glass of water.
Okay, Kanan, a quick question. So, I mean, I'm on medication, so I mean, I'm looking to for option one. I mean, when I take medication, is that the quantity or the 1 cup of kanji is enough to have the amount of medication that I take? I mean, I'm not sure if it is a right question, but
No.
yeah.
It is the right question. You take how much ever you want. Is it Kartika?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kartika, you can take 3 to 4 glasses if that's what.
Sorry.
No, I said you can take 3 to 4 glasses also. Okay. So this is not a rigid regime. It is what works for you.
Okay.
You have a lot of meetings on that day. You are taking medication. You have some lot of work to be done on that day. Then you, if you need 2 to 3 to 4 glasses in one sitting, then go for it.
Yeah.
Why you are taking a liquid food, your body can deal with it much better. Don't suffer, okay? Don't pressurize yourself and then say, oh, I'm going to have only 5 glasses a day, I'm going to stick to it. But at the same time, don't go completely loose and fleeking also. Saying so that you can do this to fit into your lifestyle.
Got you. Yeah, thank you. And one more last question. So I'm just following up the process, and as I spoke to you on the other and on other terms as well. So I feel little constipated. Is that something normal, or am I doing something wrong?
Contact me or ping me on WhatsApp. We will take it up.
Okay. Yeah.
Fine. So last one, let me close this and finish this, and then we'll wrap it up. This is the 5th week. Next week there is a session on how to set up a kitchen garden. Priya Vardish will handle that session. But at the end of this session, you are all becoming part of the Sanctuary group. So I will add you into the WhatsApp group. You will get a reference guide of all the 5 weeks, whatever we have learned. The summary of that will be in the guide. So I'll share that guide with you. And I'll also share another guide, the fasting guide, which we discussed today. Okay, so that will also be sent to you after this session. So this is formally welcoming you, all of you, into the Sanctuary family. You will be added to a professional WhatsApp group, not the WhatsApp group that you are on. It's only for this batch. The WhatsApp group I am talking to you is all the people. There are about 150 families who have attended this. All of them are part of that bigger WhatsApp group. So you will all be added into that WhatsApp group. If any of you do not want to be part of that WhatsApp group, whatever the reason, privacy reason, this reason, let me know. Otherwise, I assume you want to be part of it, and I will be adding you into that group. And there are some etiquettes. That group is only for health, nutrition, and lifestyle topics only. You might see some of your friends in the group. Don't say, hey, Macha, hello, how are you? Long time, I haven't seen you. How is Aarti doing? How is Nitin doing? None of those stuff, please. Okay, this is for our own safety and welfare. I don't want this to be a I want this to be a group focused on this topic only. So, okay. Second is feel free to share your experiences. Hey, I tried chewing well and this happened to me. I fasted for 10 hours. This happened to me. I made this cake using einkorn flour. It came up that way. All those things, feel free to post it in the group. Not an issue. Please do not put any forwarded message. If you strongly feel, wow, what a great message, it aligns with sanctuary principle, I want this to be shared, then please check with me one-on-one before you. This is not, I'm trying to control you. This is to make sure that we have a nice and a welcoming and a beautiful environment in this group. That's all it's all about. That's all I ask you, nothing more. Otherwise, I encourage you to participate, share your experiences. People post their recipes, okay? Not a forwarded video that somebody made. That's the difference. I want this to be a personal experience sharing WhatsApp group, or you can ask questions to me in this WhatsApp group. Those things are absolutely allowed. What is not allowed is forwarded messages and no marketing or selling of your products or your friend's product or anything else. None of those kind of marketing and sales are encouraged in the group. I don't want to sound like a headmaster telling you rules, but all of you know, but I just want to make sure that's clearly understood. If you need any one-on-one consultation for any specific issues, conditions you want, reach out to me by all means. And the next course that's coming in the pipeline, which is 7th of November, is I'm going to conduct a session on natural remedies. So in a fever, how do you prepare a syrup? What do you do if somebody has a wound or a pain? How can we manage it naturally? And then Jerry is also going to conduct deep relaxation. So it's a 3 weeks course. The flyer will be sent very soon. That is the next course that's coming soon. Okay, so that's all from me. Next Saturday, the session is there on how to set up the kitchen garden course. So that's all I have to say, guys. Wish you all the best. I'll see you in the group anyway. Welcome to the family. If you have any questions, happy to take. Otherwise, that's the end of the session today.
Thank you, Kannan. One question from my side. I've already raised this in our WhatsApp group as well. How do we find non-GMO vegetables or fruits, specifically in the US?
Did I not respond? I responded.
Yeah, I saw that it was specifically for apple only. But is there any other common this thing? There's a lot of other vegetables that we get on day-to-day basis, right? Is there anyone in the US tried successfully getting non-GMO vegetables?
Yeah, Priya Vardesh, you are there on the session. I saw you. Because when the expert is there, I don't want to be giving.
I can follow up in the WhatsApp group.
No,
As well. It's not for the group also.
No, she's not here. No, I thought she was in this session. See, she's she runs a 100-acre organic farm. She knows, I mean, she's practically doing it. So I wanted to hear from her, but she's not right now in this session. I will give her a nudge. But see, this is what I can say to you. In terms of what I know, I'm not saying I know everything, right? In terms of what I know, corn, soy, cotton, wheat, sunflower. These are the grains and cereals that have been mostly GMO versions in the market. Okay. In the future, the other products, vegetables, fruits are in the pipeline. Okay. So proactively, I would avoid tofu, corn, soy, cotton, sunflower, those kind of things, because I know even if you buy corn on the cob, right? If you go to a restaurant, you think, okay, I'm going to boil the corn, it's very healthy for me. I would avoid it unless you know that it is organic and not GMO. So if you are buying it from any supermarket, the only way that, as far as I know, that's why I wanted Priya's inputs on this. The way I do is I check for whether it clearly says non-GMO.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, then there are chances that it is GMO. But as I said, next week we can ask Priya this question. So maybe that's the best response I can give. Why don't we park this question? She is going to run the session, not me. Okay, so you have a change. The good thing is you won't hear my voice next Saturday. You will hear from Priya, and I will make sure that I raise this question with her tomorrow, next Saturday. Okay, hold this question for now.
Yeah, thanks. And like you said, right, like we are looking at the grains, like whenever we buy, but I think most of the vegetables, like specifically green peppers, tomatoes, onions, I think they're all genetically modified. Whatever we get, apples, oranges, grapes.
So there is a subtle difference, right? One is hybrid, another one is genetically modified. I know that most of the tomatoes are hybridized.
Okay, not GMO. Okay.
That doesn't mean they are GMO. Hybridized is okay. Hybrid means, let's say you bring a dog and a cat, and then you make them reproduce, and then you come up with something new. Or you take, you see what I mean? You take two plants, you cross them, but they both are natural. They are naturally occurring living beings, and you hybridize them. Okay. GMO means it's completely manufactured in the lab. You go and change the genetic structure, you engineer them. You purposefully remove or change certain behavior. For example, there are genetically modified mosquitoes, okay, which means they will only produce male mosquitoes. You can change the gene of the mosquito in such a way that, because the female mosquitoes are the one it will bite human beings. So if you produce only male mosquito, you have solved the mosquito problem. Even though there are mosquitoes around you, they are not going to bite you.
Right. That's true. But again, this is just an article that I've read. I'm not sure of the authenticity of it. I'll tell you one example, what they have done. To avoid insecticides, like to grow organic, right? What I heard was they changed the DNA of many vegetables and added the frog's DNA. Specifically, I think for tomatoes, they add frog's DNA, so they are protected against insects.
Yeah.
Again, I do not know the authenticity of that article, or I haven't cross-checked it, how far it is true. But this is one thing.
No, that's true. These things happen, right? So that's what genetically modified seeds means. You don't need to spray them. Right now, to avoid the insects and bugs and all those things, you just spray, right? You put pesticides and insecticides on the plant.
Yes.
Now the technology is there where you don't have to spray. Within that seed, I can change the genetics of that seed. I will edit it, so that the insects will not even come near them. Yeah. So see that, anyway, that's, as I said, specifically in the industry, what is happening, what vegetables are in the, are mostly falling into the category. She is running a huge farm. She will know exactly what vegetables you need to be wary of. And let's hear from Priya next week. Okay. But as a principle, as a concept, what is GMO, how it is done in the mosquito or in the plant, I can talk to you for length at that point. But you are asking a practical question, so I'll get that response from Priya.
Thanks, Ken.
Okay. Okay.
Are we going to be talking about organic and non-organic foods as well in the next class, Kannan?
You mean in the next session, you mean?
Yeah, in the next session.
Next session, it is going to be a workshop. okay, not a workshop. She is going to teach how could you set up an organic garden in your kitchen, which means you say, Kannan, I don't have a land, I don't have time, and I don't have interest. Okay, but I want to teach my children. I want to learn. So she might show you, help you to do how to do sprouting, how to do microgreens, how to do herbs, how to do onion, small things in your own kitchen, and you can involve your children. So let's say 20% of your vegetables are organic, made by you in your garden without the need for any land or huge investment. So that is a focus for next week.
Okay, got it. So when we actually buy food or food products from outside, right, is it better to go for organic or like, does it matter?
All these are difficult questions you guys are asking. See, what is happening in the industry is now this has become again a marketing gimmick, right? It is all there to increase the price. If I display something as organic, you will think, okay, it is organic, I'm happy to pay a premium. Right? That's what they are all doing. They are introducing a new product line. You go for spinach, organic spinach will be here in the UK £2, maybe in the US $3, whereas normal spinach will be 80 pence. I don't know how it's happening in India. Right? So to answer your question, you need to bear in mind there is politics and commerce involved in this. And I don't want to go deeper into that subject. I want to, limit my conversation. In this kind of group conversation, I want to limit it to the nutrition aspect. When they say organic, you need to understand the definition of organic. The definition of organic, in my view, is the land should be organic. The land, the soil. If you take in a human form, the mother's womb needs to be organic. Now, the seed needs to be organic. So when and then the farming practices, not putting spray, using the natural manure, it's farmed in an organic way. There are three components: the land, the seed, and the farming practices. The labels that the governments of all the world, the so-called beautiful governments and everybody, right? There is no standard for this. If your farming practices are organic, i.e. you are not using any pesticides and all those things, but your seed doesn't have to be an organic seed, but they can still label as organic. That's a regulation. As a company, as someone who wants to make money, I just want to put organic in the label and I can charge more for you. Some companies will say, oh, I've used organic seeds, but not practice. So there are a lot of permutation and combination. So if you ask me, Kannan, should I only go for organic? See, that is individual choice. At least what you know is out of these three components, at least one component doesn't have the chemicals involved in it. So I'm slightly having a better food. That's all it means. Is it really organic? I don't know.
Okay, thank you, Kannan.
Yeah. But it is a personal choice. Somebody will be happy to pay more money, Kannan. I know that, okay, at least 30% of the chemicals I'm removing my life. And that is I mean, I've seen significant improvement in people, even with that change. Okay, good. So if there are no questions, conscious of time, guys, thank you. It's been a pleasure to do this session with you guys. And we'll see you next week in Priya's session. And in the meantime, I'll send you the guides, reference guides for you. And Monday to Wednesday, I'm going to be doing with you. Okay, I try to do what I preach with you, and I'm available for you. So if you say, Kannan, what happens if there is anything, call me. call me, WhatsApp me, one-on-one. But if it's a general request, you can put it in the WhatsApp group. But if you are concerned, you need some support, you can reach out to me. I'm giving you the permission. You can call me on my WhatsApp. You don't have to hesitate. So with that, I close this session. Enjoy your weekend. See you next week.
Thanks, Kannan.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kannan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Karan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kannan.